What up, Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades, and I'm glad you guys could join me tonight as today was kind of a big day, for crypto and kind of the entire market itself. With the Fed meeting and everything that happened, we're going to kind of discuss that and how it affects Algorand, Alchemy Pay, Icp, Ankr, and XYO. And then we're going to kind of look at the next move, after this. And we basically got the green light until March. So we'll talk about that and how I think that gives us time to have another top and then get that blow off top and altcoin season before everything ends. That is still my prediction, even though we just fell to 35, and we might actually go all the way back and still touch 31,900 before, or even 31,000 before we go back up. So just know that that's still possible to go back down to those levels. Obviously, the short-term effect of it wasn't as good as we thought. So let's just get right into that. And then I want to get into these altcoins. But I want to at least discuss the Fed right now because we didn't really talk about it a lot on the channel. And I have a lot of news that basically everything in the news right now is about the Fed. And so I think it's the most important thing that's going on in the market right now. So we will talk about all these cryptos. Don't worry. It's going to be a jam-packed show. But right away, I want to just get into this. Crypto briefing. I've never really heard of this before, but this publication, actually, this is a really good article. It was written pretty well, and it just kind of lets us know what is going on the wake of the Fed, even though I would think it would be bullish news because they basically, they confirmed what we've known for years, or whenever they made the decision that they weren't gonna, hike interest rates until, they stopped buying bonds in March. So that gives us a whole 2 more months. And that's why I'm not understanding why everybody doesn't just go, throttle to the floor and for the next 2 months before all these, interest rates kick in. And right before they kick in, then have a big sell-off period. I mean, come on, people are just being too scared out when this is actually the squeeze in the money period where you can make a lot of money. So let's read this. Although rate hikes in March were widely expected, like I was saying, right? Everybody knew they were coming. Markets seemed to take a hit on confirmation of the news. Why? I mean, anyway, they could have, spun it in a positive way, but of course not. And what were they talking about? Crypto transactions or whatever? They were talking about that last year. I don't know if he mentioned that again, if there's going to be a bill. I've heard something about that, but I'm not 100% sure what that is. But crypto markets briefly rose today, and Bitcoin went up to what, 38? We saw, in some markets it went as high as 38. This one is only saying 37. Actually, let's go to the one right before. 38,946. Look at that. We almost went back to 39K. So we're sitting at 35.9 right now for Bitcoin. So things are, looking a little bit bad. Again, it's like we just keep getting wrecked. But, this is all to keep the market down. This is what they do, to try to keep these prices down. And I've heard of something about the U.S. is, thinking about having their own, digital money and going, I don't know. I think it'll be a good thing anyway. That means they're more willing to accept Bitcoin. So crypto markets are, just hurting right now. So Bitcoin and Ethereum enjoyed significant gains on the day before they were erased this afternoon. The Fed's insistence on rate hikes may have put fear in some investors. Okay. So the Fed will stick to its plan of raising interest rates in March, according to the report from this week's Federal Open Market Committee meeting released today. Although the move comes as no surprise, markets are rattled all the same. What did they think was going to happen? Why did the market go way up? It must have been a short and a long squeeze. That's the only thing that I can think of anyone who would have gained from something like that. Like, let's follow the money. Where did the money go? Well, if we look at the price, it went all the way up to 38.9 and then all the way, down to 36. like that. And why would they do that? Well, before the rate, the Fed meeting, they push the price up, and then they know after the Fed meeting it's going to take a dump. So that's, if you put in a short position at 38, you'd be just in the freaking moon right now, on that one. So that's what they do. They push the price up before something, they know is going to be bad news, which will affect, and they know it will affect the market in a bad way. I should have put I don't leverage trade, but man, that almost makes me want to, short Bitcoin a little bit before these, Fed meetings. Let it go. I wouldn't short it at the price it's at. I would wait for this little pump, the one from 35 to 38. And then short it at 38, bam, right back down to 35, boom. You're sitting in a nice little short position. So, yeah, I don't know that I'd recommend doing that, but man, it almost makes me think of doing something like that because that's where the money's at. And I want to make money in crypto right now. How else can we make money? Well, these altcoins. We just have to wait for all of this to die down, in the next week or so, and then it'll be on to the next thing, and it's definitely going to impact us in the future in March too. So hopefully we can at least have another month and a half and actually go back up. So yeah, but it's not looking good as of now. As you see, Bitcoin 35.7. Even when I first started making, all the preparations for the video at about, I don't know, what was it, 5 o'clock? Yeah, about an hour or so ago, it was at 36,000. So we just dropped, over $1,000 in less than an hour time. So yeah, and I don't know how much volume we have right here. Not a whole lot. Let's see the EMA. Yeah, 37. I mean, we went right up above the EMA 9, and we basically ran into, some resistance right here, or whatever that was, that brief spike before a dump. But we didn't make it above any crucial moving average and stayed above it. So that's unfortunate. But we haven't made any lower lows. We are actually on an upward trajectory now. From the bottom here, we're still on a downward trend though, which is kind of good because if we get a breakout to the upside, we could see a new all-time high. Because when you have a falling wedge like this and you break out to the upside, you go to the top of the wedge. So the top of the wedge is, 69,000, the all-time high. So this is such a breakdown from the top, and it stays in this downward trending slope line like this. You see that? So if we break out to the upside, we're going to face resistance on the way, but that means that normally breaks out all the way to the top of the wedge. So I would love to see that. I would love to see a nice breakout with some volume and get these bulls back into play, guys. Let's take the news when it comes, right? So this is what they're doing. They are selling the FUD and not buying the dip. That's what they're doing. They're selling the FUD, not buying the dip. It's the opposite of buying the dip. Selling the FUD. That's the complete opposite of buying the dip, in my opinion. So hold on. What did I do here? I'm trying to look for the chat. I want to see what you guys are doing, but my phone closed on me. Oh, there we go. Ryan, what's up, man? Yeah, we'll talk about ACH. Let's get right into those right now for sure. Let's get into some altcoins because as you see, Bitcoin is having a little bit of a trouble, but I was expecting a pullback. So as long as we don't go below, I'd say 34K, and we should be okay. And this should be our new bottom, and that's good. If we go up to 30K or 38K with almost 39, and then go back down to 35 as a correction point before moving up further, I'm okay with that, and that would be a healthy way to move on and move up. So, and then we can get some volume in at the top and really break out of, this resistance that we have. So ACH to the moon, buying more tonight. Was thinking about buying some Ankr too. So these are just dream level prices for a lot of crypto. So let's get into these. I was going to do Algorand first, but I think we should do Alchemy Pay, because we'll get to Algorand. Don't get me wrong, because I love Algorand. It actually is the one that, kind of like, Superman saved all my money for me. Spider-Man, they robbed my bank and Spider-Man got it back for me. So I don't know. Okay. ACH. Remember at 6 and 7 cents when it was a good purchase? Remember those days when you could buy it at 6 cents and have it pump all the way up to 9 cents and make a nice profit before it dumps again? That then you get bedrock right here, and it's on an upward trajectory right now. But it actually is saying that we have a sign of it going down. But this could be because of the Fed. So right now, these technical analysis signs that I normally look at, I would kind of hold off on, thinking that this is going to go way down, just because it is a big wick to the upside, which normally, what I mean, means to the downside, right? But I really think that because of that news, that this is an artificial pump to the downside, and so it's not going to have the same effect as a legit bear versus bull battle. You know what I mean? Instead, this is like just bad news, the one day of bad news, because we started to go up. Today we're having a good day, right? And everything started to go up. And then why we have this big this wick now is because we went from bullish to bearish. The whole world, like everybody was like, yeah, we think that there's going to be good news, and then there was good news and it was bad. I don't get it. I really don't, because what are they talking about? Isn't this what we wanted? We didn't want them to. Some people thought they were going to raise interest rates right now today. They could have. They could have been like, we're done buying bonds, or we're going to continue to buy bonds, but we're going to, increase the interest rate right now. And they didn't. So that gives us what? Okay, we're at January 20-something, February. We're looking at almost 2 more months that they are giving us the green light to go and make more money before the bear market could come. The real bear market, not the bear trend in a bull run, or the bear market in a bull run. We're going to have a bear run, not just a bear market, but a bear run, which means see you next bull market. We'll see in about 1.5 to 2 years, which at least isn't 3 years anymore. So lengthening cycles is kind of true, because we've been in a 2-year bull market already. 2020 March. If we make it to March of this year, that's 2 years. From March of 2020, or May, let's say May actually, because March was the lowest. I think we started about May, June, July, maybe, of 2020. So I would even say, yeah, you could say May or April. I wouldn't say March, because that's when it dumped. But yeah, I think we've been almost in a 2-year bull market. And then the next one is going to be in basically May of 2024. So we're in January of 2022. So how long does that say for the next bull market? That's a little more than 2 years. So we're good to go, guys. We've already cut out basically a year of the bear market from our lives. So lengthening cycles is real. Or shortening cycles. I'm not quite sure which one is the truest. Are we lengthening or are we shortening them? So I'm just kidding about that. Okay, look at this. See, we had a nice breakout right here. Look at that. That's why it's irritating to me. Look at, there's no volume there, because I don't know. This was just hopium pump, But as you see, there was no volume to confirm it, and so it just went back down because the bad news, like not a lot of people were actually buying. This was actually just the market pumping on its own without a lot of purchasing, how crypto does sometimes, just because of sentiment or whatever the reason is. Crypto pumps when it pumps. You can't always find a reason. You can look for a reason, but it doesn't mean you're always going to find one. Yeah, so we have like this kind of downward trending channel here, or you could even call it a falling wedge if you'd like. But it looks like we broke out. The only problem is, as you see, there's no volume. And when you get no volume, it actually can cause a reversal. And with the wick downward, I'm just hoping that this is support for it now on this downward trending line that was acting as, resistance on the way down. I hope that actually becomes support now. So that if, the worst case scenario does happen and it keeps going down, that actually won't break below this line. It'll just go to like 35 and then before it bounces back up again. So actually this is looking pretty bullish if you ask me for this. So either way, unless it breaks under this, which it would have to go like today under like 37. So it would have to drop another 2 cents, or not 2 cents, but 0.002. And then I could see it doing that. But I think it's going to actually turn this into support. So even if it does go down a little bit further, I think it's going to ride this little, area right here that was resistance that now is going to actually protect it and maybe bring us back up. I think this is the area I'm targeting right here, around 5 cents. That's my next price target for Alchemy Pay is 5 cents. If we get that bounce, right? And it's all going to kind of depend on Bitcoin and volume and just a lot of other factors, news, sentiment. As long as we don't get any more bad news, we might get some good news in, and other cryptos start recovering, then we could really see 5 cents in the next day or two, or a couple days, or and then that we level off at probably that area at that time. And I'm gonna kind of have that theme going throughout this show. You're gonna see that there's a level that I think we're gonna move on to next, and then before we kind of go sideways and decide where to go from there. And the good thing is I think we're moving up. So we're going to look for that in each one. We're going to kind of look at where it's going to go to the next level and where I think, we're heading. And so as long as these things hold correctly, I see about, a good 5 cent Alchemy Pay for the next level on the upside. So that's pretty cool. Now he was talking about Ankr next. See if you guys talk. See, I was going to do Algorand, then Internet Computer, and then these. But since he was like, ACH the moon buying more tonight, was thinking about buying some Ankr. That's all he had to say. He wasn't like, hey man, what do you do? Look at these. But you say it, man, and then I'll listen to you. So that's all I want, man. You interact with me and I will, kind of do what you guys, want me to do. That I'm here for you guys. I know how to trade crypto, and I know you do too. So it's actually fun for me to do this because I don't only get to teach, but I get to learn as well. And sometimes I teach myself, sometimes you teach me. And that's why I really like this kind of thing, because I think in school I was limited by a lot of teachers. My personality conflicted with teachers, and I was pretty smart. So I'd bump heads with teachers a lot. So that was my hardship, growing up, is having problems with teachers not liking me very much. And yeah. Girls' parents never really liked me a lot either. I guess I was somewhat of a problem child, they would say. Actually, I think I was a fairly decent human. I wasn't a bully or whoa. But I didn't take anything from teachers though either. Like I didn't want to dissect a frog, guys. That's why my science teacher didn't like me. I was like, I don't want to dissect a frog though. Like, why am I cutting, this thing open? I think, were they alive? I don't remember. There was like I was trying to protest or something. I was protesting before protesting was cool, guys. Seriously, I was like in what was it, 7th grade, and I refused to cut open a frog, and so my science teacher absolutely hated me for that for the next couple of years. Made my life miserable. So then they finally moved me science classes, and I did pretty good after that. So anyway. Let's see. Yeah, we have this downward trending channel with Ankr, but we're at the top of it right now. So, okay. Well, let's do another. Okay. So I'm going to kind of do 2 of them, because this one's going to be the kind of longer scenario, and it does follow this, pattern right here. But I kind of want to include where we're at, recently, so I can get more of an idea of where we're going. And it doesn't look as bad when you see it right here, as bad as when it's way to the upside, because I definitely wouldn't be buying a crypto at this level right here at all. This is not the level you buy. And I like Ankr. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really like this crypto, but guys, this is not the time to buy this crypto. And that's why I always I tell you the truth. Like, it doesn't matter, to me, whether you buy Ankr or not. What matters to me is that you don't lose money when you do it. That's what I want you to make a profit. So right now probably is not the best time to buy Ankr. I would either wait for a breakout to buy it, or a bottom, a bedrock. This would have been a good prime time to buy it. This would have been a good time to buy it. This would have been a good time to buy it. This would, you know what I'm saying? So why buy it here when you just had a ton of time to buy it right there? So either wait for a breakout or back to the bottom. On this, just on the daily though, we will look at shorter time frames, because there might be a different story. And that's what I'm hoping for, because I really think Ankr is a good crypto. But it's all about being strategic and buying at the right time. And that is why people fail. I'm going to tell you right now, it isn't because all the other bureaucratic nonsense that happens. It is straight up because you think you're going to buy and it's just going to go up all the time and you're never going to be in a loss. And then as soon as you get in a loss, you sell at a loss every time, or you buy at a level that's too high because you're like, I don't care, I just like this crypto. Well, if you like the crypto, then you can't like a crypto and make a profit. I mean, that's kind of misleading. I just mean you can't like a crypto and that be the only reason you make a profit. That's what I mean. Yeah, if you like a crypto, you can make a profit, but not if that's the only reason you got it. Oh, I like it, I'm going to make money off of that because I like it. Well, look at the price, look where we're buying it at, look at what that crypto is doing, and then, okay, you like it, now buy it, because, but don't just be like, okay, I'm going to buy that crypto and like it, plus make a profit. Now, if you're just trying to buy a crypto that you like because you like it, then that's okay. But I'm just saying, don't buy a crypto you like, and just because you like it, think you're going to make a profit. That's not how crypto works. You're like, oh, I like the color on that one, so I'm going to make a profit on that. Well, look at the project behind it. Look at, all of that other stuff before, you say you're getting that because you like it. If you do that, go get an NFT, and then you'd be happy, right? Look at that volume, though. As you see, people are really buying up Ankr. So this is actually the only thing that I would counteract what I'm saying, but I would have done it over here, guys. This is when you should have bought. Like, this is just not the level. I don't care how much volume. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That much volume, I mean, that's good. That means it's probably going to go up, but we still have a major resistance line. And if we do go up, it's going to be about to the 8 cents. But anything Ankr at under 7 cents is a good purchase. Like, that's what I'm saying. But I would even be looking for a retracement, because look at this volume. Look at the wick going to the downside. We're probably going to go back and touch this. Unless something happens. Look, Bitcoin's continually going down now. So Bitcoin even might go down and touch the bottom again, which is going to be about, we're going to hit probably about 31.9, or maybe even a little bit lower depending on when Bitcoin hits the bottom. We could even go down as 31. Like, I don't want to go much lower than 31, because 31 is basically absolute bedrock that we can go to keep our 55% from the top to the bottom. From here to here, and then from here to here be the same, because I think we are just in another one of these, and it's just, you know, a bigger time span that it went down. This one went down faster and hit a bottom and then kind of just stayed in that area. This one went to this area and then went sideways. It didn't go as far down as this one, and then it went sideways and then continued down, but they're basically still on the same path. It's about 55% from here to the bottom, and it's about 53% from here, or 52% from here to the bottom. So we could go even another 3% downwards before we go up, especially with this news, but I don't think we need to. It's all about momentum in crypto, right? And that's what's happening here. We got some momentum going our way with the Fed, and then we got it immediately taken away when whatever fear, uncertainty, and doubt overtook the public. And I think it has to do with some sort of crypto bill. What do you guys, did you hear about that? The crypto bill that is, hey, thanks, Tim. Yeah, that new background, that's fire, huh? It reminds me of the Matrix for sure. So, let's see. To the moon, yeah. Algorand, Alchemy Pay, Ankr, XYO, yeah. Oh, no way. No, okay. Well, I think we're good to go. These moving averages, we're still facing a lot. The next one's this one at 37.5. And we're about $2,000 short of that. So we are going to need the bulls to step up or step aside. For real, like step up or step aside. What else? I want to get into more. Oh yeah. So I guess I missed this the first time, but the Bitcoin rally fades after Fed signals upcoming rate hike. But why though? It doesn't make sense. We already knew this was happening. It doesn't. So I think this news lasts 2 days and we're good, because we already knew this. It's the same thing they did with China. After, remember, they took all of the mining rigs out of China, and then like a month later, they're like, oh yeah, China is banning mining. And we're like, yeah, that happened last month. I remember. And then it made the market go down even more. And we're like, but it didn't happen again. You're just telling people about it again and making people fearful. That's what I'm saying. That it's a three-pronged assault when they drop the market on purpose. And you always know it by the market and the news. When we're in a downward trend, they tend to put out bearish news. And then they create bearish news. And then when they want the money to go up, boom, bullish news comes in. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that, but you know what I mean. So Bitcoin was roughly flat over the past 24 hours amid choppy trading conditions. Well, things were looking pretty good, actually. If you would have bought today and just sold like that, today would have been a good profit day. And you need to kind of look for these days right now, like this. When everything goes up, way up like that, you know, in one day, take some profits off the table. Like that's when you can, you know, start moving these positions, especially if your altcoins went way up, or right now, if they're up and Bitcoin's down. That's the time where you use that, leverage in the price of Bitcoin going down to, getting more Bitcoin for your altcoin, or vice versa, getting more altcoin for your Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes up, then you can buy altcoins for cheaper. You got to kind of utilize those things. That's more advanced stuff, and you got to be careful because you can get wrecked that way. Let's move right on to the next crypto. And this is one that I just can't believe that we're sub $20 still. It baffles me that it's staying this low. So you guys, this is one of the very few cryptos that is at a price I didn't think it would go. in a bull market. These are bear market prices, in my opinion. Like I think really a $10, is a bear market, but this is just ridiculous. 19 is just about there, and we're still in a bull run. This isn't a bear market. Bitcoin at 10K or even 20K probably right now would be a bear market. So this is not scaring me, but ICP is not looking as good as I would like it to. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I would really like to see a good strong movement, but we do have this significant breakdown or breakout, right here that I was telling you about the other day, and it's actually confirmed. We did get the volume in, and we closed above it. So we actually have broke out, and that means the target is the top of the wedge of $35. So as long as we can stay above that, now with the Fed news and everything, it has actually put this down, and hopefully we don't break this support right here at about 18. And if we can, keep going to the upside, we should, make it back to $35 because that's what the pattern says. And we broke out to the upside. So patterns don't always do what they're supposed to. That's what I've learned. It's a lot like reading the weather. They can kind of tell you what they think, what happened before, what normally happens in that situation. But, it varies case to case. So as you see, this wick down and up. So the good thing is we closed above here, and we need to close above again. And then that would definitely, I think, confirm this as a support level now. And I would like to see some upward movements, at least to, I'm looking at $23 right here. This area, anywhere from 21 to 23 would be the next price action. And then I would see some resistance at about 27, a lot of resistance there, and then more resistance at like 30, 31. And then there's a lot of resistance points after that. So we got a lot of work to do with internet computer price, but I'm going to start with my weekly reports on these again, Fridays and Mondays. When we have a dump like that, I wanted to give you guys my undivided attention on my channel. So that's why we didn't do our ICP videos. If you guys were wondering like why I missed last Friday and Monday, that's the reason, because I absolutely need to be with you in these harder times. Even if we only get 100 viewers, if I can help 100 viewers, I know in the future that's going to grow. As our audience grows, our channel grows, subscribers grow, we'll do good. And I think for the size of our channel, collaborating with, bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, I think we're doing pretty good where we're at. So compared to when I started, I think in about 3 years, we'll be in the several 100,000, subscriber range. And we're probably going to make a lot of money. And you guys sticking with me are probably going to make a lot of money in the future, especially by the next bull market. Hopefully we'll be millionaires, guys. For real. Like I want to at least see 1 or 2 millionaires made from my channel. And I can't wait for the first one to be like, dude, your advice made me, a millionaire, bro. And I can't thank you enough. So those are the things I can't wait to hear. That's why I'm doing this. So if you have success from anything I ever told you, please, that will really raise my spirits and just give me, more reason. Yeah, I like people to like my videos. Yeah, I like them to share. Yeah, I love super chats. I love people paying me I love memberships, but the best thing that you can do is make money and, share that, experience with the comment section and with people and let them know why you did it. So I have a big spot in my heart, guys, for NFT games. And I made a comment on Crypto Stash's video because he was like, well, why do gamers absolutely just detest NFTs and say they're scammy or scamish? And well, because there's a lot of scam coins out there, but for the most part, this solves a problem that I absolutely probably left the gaming world for, because I spent anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 real, 10 to 20, I say 10, we'll just say 10 for the sake, because that's what I said before. $10,000, and that was only on one of the castles. I had two of them. $10,000 on a castle in a game called Clash of Kings. Now, in that game, you buy armor, you buy, food, wood, and other stuff to build your castle, and then you can buy troops, and you can buy all this other stuff. And the armor and the weapons, though, you should be able to buy and sell those to other people. Each weapon, you have 6 of them. You have a sword, a shield, but there's 6 of them. And then for each weapon and sword that you have, they're $100. The first one. So get this. They had the first weapon that each one was $100. So to get all 6 of them, or it would take like 3 or 4 months to get each one. So if you're doing it, it's either like 2 years of playing or $100 each. So those are the options you're left with. Either play for 2 years or, play for like a couple months and spend $600. Then what they did is they took those items and provided an upgrade for them. And that cost 400 more bucks per weapon. So that's $400 more times 6. So you're looking at another $2,400 to make the bet, but that's the best weapon in the game. And if you have that, you're basically invincible, and the game is basically fighting other people and you want the best weapon. So I was unstoppable, but as soon as I bought them, they were worthless. What do I mean? Well, yeah, they're worth stuff in the game. Like, yeah, I'm strong and stuff, but if I ever wanted to sell those items that I just paid, $600 and then another $2,400 after that. So we're looking at $3,000 that I spent on weapons and gear, and I can't get that money back at all. I can't sell those to somebody else. I can't sell them back to the game. They are worthless, not worth a penny. So $3,000 I spent on an item is worth $0 now. I mean, yeah, you can sell the whole castle, which is actually legal. You'll actually get kicked out of the game for doing that. So technically, they leave you 0 options. And that's why I'm a big NFT guy, because imagine if I would have had my $3,000 NFT right now. Yeah, the price might have went down, but at least I would have still had, half of it. Right? The price went down, 55-60% most altcoins right now. So yeah, I would have lost 50, but I would have still had it. It's still, each thing in the game that I spent over $10,000 on, I still would have had the value. You know what I mean? So that is a huge thing for me. I want to know what you guys think. If you're gamers, and if you've ever spent money in those games like Clash of Kings, Final Fantasy, that was another one I played. Final Fantasy, Age of Empires, I think it was. I was really on that one. And then Guns and Glory, I played that one. What else did I play? I played a lot of them. Oh, Vikings. I played Clash of Clans, but I didn't really spend money on that one. Clash of Kings got me, man. I played it for like 3 years, and yeah, it was crazy to see all of that. So do we have 12 people watching, or do we have 4? It's kind of weird. I think we have 12. All right. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not. We're actually talking about NFTs and how they affect gamers like myself. Like, I'm an old school gamer. I got my very first Nintendo when I was 5, loved it ever since. And, I still remember the codes from, Mortal Kombat, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start. So I don't know, those things just stick with you. So I'm a gamer at heart. I love it. That's why I'd really like to collaborate with Cinnamon Toast Ken and Buff Pro. Those guys, I like their vibe and just how they're chill. And even though Ken's a pretty big YouTuber, 4 million people, he still talks to the small he interacts with his people. So I kind of look up to him for that, because not a lot of big YouTubers pay attention. And it isn't that they can't. It's just most of the time they have so many comments that there's no way that they can respond to 5,000 comments. You know what I mean? So I definitely am going to try to collaborate with those guys and play some video games with them. That's going to be one of my next goals is to, even though it has nothing to do with crypto, I think gaming and crypto are going to go hand in hand. So I really want to teach a lot of these gamers about the crypto side of gaming, you know, not like, oh, try to sell them like Axie Infinity, you know, just be like, you know, open them up to the world of blockchain gaming, you know, and maybe get them to play a blockchain game on their channel, you know, something like that. That would be cool. You know, like me go over there and do a collaboration with them, like on a blockchain game, you know, or something like that, or even Crypto Stash. That'd be cool to, you know, collaborate. I'm just really looking for, you know, the community. That's why I love crypto so much, and that's why I'm going to try to do as many collaborations in 2022 as I can. And 2021, I'm not going to lie, I'm a very anxious person, very anxiety driven, and I never used to be that way. It's happened after I got sober. So whatever I did probably, you know, ruined some natural, you know, nerves that you have that have just probably been shot to the max. So yeah, it's probably my own fault. But now that, you know, I have 11 years clean, and I'm really a strong, you know, person for sobriety and, you know, in God, and I think I'm in a really good place. So I think I'm going to be able to collaborate more this year and step out of my comfort zone, because I'm really anxious, like I said. So it's really hard for me to step outside that. And another, it's hard to get people to trust you, because there are so many scammers and people that are just like, you know, I can't, probably don't want to use that word, but just scandalous people, man, you know, and so it's hard to make those connections because of that, especially online. So that's why, you know, I just go on and I try to add value when I go to people's channels, and especially when it comes to these NFT games, guys. I want to be an investor in not only crypto, but in a genre of crypto where I feel a connection to, right? If you guys are my age, the people who are around like in their late 30s right now, you guys grew up with Nintendo. You guys, you know, you're a lot the same like me. I guarantee a lot of you like Naruto still, Dragon Ball. You're probably like Zelda. There's a lot of old school people, you know, Transformers, old school stuff like that. But video games, dude, it was all about the Marios. It was all about, you know, the Zeldas. And now it's about taking control of those items in the game that used to be basically free. You would pay for the game and then you would get everything that came in the game for free, right? But now it's basically like you get the game for free and you pay for everything else in the game. So they kind of made gaming backwards now, and they don't give you any value in all of that reverse, you know, garbage. If you ask me, it's reverse garbage. So now they're giving us power back, and I want to see some of our favorites go in there, guys. Now, and we can't do it without a lot of support. I want to see Zelda on the blockchain. I want to see Pac-Man. Could you imagine Pac-Man on the blockchain? Dude, that is a game in and of itself. Pac-Man on the blockchain. Come on, I just gave you your next freaking billion-dollar video game idea. For real, the next one should probably be Pac-Man on the blockchain, or Miss Pac-Man on the blockchain, or Pac-Man meets Miss Pac-Man on the blockchain. I don't know. Or the BNB token, Pac-Man meets the BNB token. What do we call it? Pac-Woman? Miss Pac-Man. Why is it Miss Pac-Man? Why isn't it Pac-Woman? Oh, man. I don't want to go there. Did I run into something I shouldn't have? But anyway, I know I've been rambling a lot, but this is important to me. Like when you're a gamer and you see a problem and then you see a solution, you know, I'm going to shout this solution from the rooftops, because out of that $10,000 I spent on the game, you know how much I sold it for? Well, I did do it for a favor to a friend too, but I sold it for $200. I'm not going to lie to you. The one I did before that, I sold for $2,000, and I only put about 6,000 or 7,000 into that one. The reason I did this one is because it was a good friend of mine. We've been playing that game together for 5-6 years. And he's a dad, and he was a friend of mine. So I was just like, he owed me more money for it. And it was through a hard, I think it was back when times were kind of hard, and I was just like, man, just forget about it, keep it, man. So I think I didn't charge him very much for it. But getting any money back from games back in the day was hard to do. So I was just happy to get anything back from it. So the sandbox is the one I'm going to be looking to next, actually, guys. If you're looking for metaverse coins, I think the sandbox or Axie Infinity are ones that I would actually play as a gamer. You know what I mean? I don't like a lot of the corny games. I'm more of an old school gamer. So yeah. I'm pretty picky with my games, but I guess if I was to play a lot more online, I'd be more accepting to, garbage games or games that I would not normally play. So Ethereum has been a big place for these gaming tokens. We need to bring it to a place that doesn't have such high fees, though, because you can't have a $50 item that you want to make money and hold the value of a $50 item when you have to pay $30 in gas fees, right? Or more. You have to unlock that token first, which costs like 20, 30 bucks in Ethereum. And then you have to pay the fees every time, the gas fees. So that's why Ethereum doesn't make a lot of sense unless we're talking about Ethereum 2.0 or Ethereum consensus layer. Remember, we don't call it Ethereum 2.0 anymore. Anyway, all right, I'm going to move on. But I thought this was pretty cool, and to just kind of, reiterate that community part of crypto that I love so much, that's in the gaming, that had me sell a $10,000, castle to my friend for 200 bucks, not only because I had no real value in that thing anymore. I couldn't really sell it anywhere else except to another person. And then the person I sold to was a friend, right? And so I didn't want to take advantage of him. So there you have it. And then I turned a $10,000 investment into 200 bucks. Not very smart. And I didn't do it to invest. I didn't invest in it. I did it because I liked the game. I had a lot of fun in the game. I got more than $10,000 worth of whooping people's butts. So, and it was really fun being one of the top dogs. So I'm not going to lie, like being one of the biggest people and having a team of some of the strongest people in the kingdom and getting along really well and being like the best, it was worth it. So I had a lot of fun, but that time is over. I don't really enjoy it anymore. So when I don't enjoy something, I should be able to sell it and get my money back. But anyway, Rally social token founders super layer to expand Rally network to Solana. Big news. So this is one of those buy the rumor. So Rally, which is a token we've talked about several times on the channel, which actually does social tokens for esports and other, big, like people who have big followings, social media followings. I could have even done one for our channel if we were a little bit bigger, probably. But yeah, you can make your own, social token, and SuperLayer is building on Rally, and, SuperLayer is expanding it to Solana, which is going to add value. Anytime you expand a crypto into another, so these are on Ethereum, right? The Rally token is on Ethereum. When you expand these tokens to other blockchains like BNB, Solana, or whatever other blockchain, one, you get cheaper gas fees. Two, it makes that token worth a lot more, because now it has all of the money and all of the power from Ethereum and Solana and BNB. And then you get all these different communities of people that wouldn't even known about it, except they're in the BNB community, or they're in the Solana community, or they're in the Ethereum community, right? And so you hear about these things and it brings more people to them. The more access, the more eyes on it, the more the token's going to grow in value. So I think this is going to be a good time to look into this crypto. Let's go actually look at that. I didn't plan for this because I just thought that was a pretty cool article on this, but I would really like to see the price where a Rally token is right now and see if it is possibly a good time to buy this thing, because I'm all about buy the rumor, sell the news, and this is the rumor right now. Ooh, it's at a low point too. Look at this, guys. Are we at bedrock? Oh, we're at bedrock too. Oh, man, I think I might have found a good one, guys. Look at this one. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. But stuff like this could disappear. Now, this is when Wendy was talking about vaporware. Even good crypto can be vaporware, and what vaporware is just something that can kind of disappear real quick. It has a need, but it doesn't really need to be there. So it can, like any small business, it can just go away, and this is one of those. So this is a bit more risky than any other crypto. I'm going to let you know before we even get into this, because it is. And that's the way I'm going to look at this thing, and I'm going to treat it as such. And I would hope that you would as well. And if you weren't, now that I said that, you will, or I hope you will. So, okay, we are definitely in this, falling wedge like everything else, and we're at bedrock. So as long as, things don't get bad for this, I can actually see a lot of profit at 21. As you see, the all-time high is up here at 86. And it actually should have pumped a lot harder, but it kind of came out during a bad time. November, remember we had the big pumps in November. It kind of moves opposite of Bitcoin, because November 10th was Bitcoin's all-time high. And this one did nothing but dump on November 10th. So it looks like it moves a little bit opposite of Bitcoin. It didn't have any pump today, because of everything that happened. So this crypto, they say, yeah, whatever he's saying, don't listen to this guy. Yeah. Didn't get a whole lot of likes. So I don't believe it. I don't think you did. You got to be careful with coins like this. This is on Coinbase. It's a legit coin. Esports uses it, but you just got to be careful. People lose money and they get mad, and then they always say it's a scam or whatever, but yeah. All right. What are we doing now? Let's go back to the rally section. So if this goes to Solana, yeah, we're going to see this back up probably to 55 or so. No doubt in my mind at all. So I want to look at XYO next, and I want to see Pepe, if you're watching this, Pepe Diamond Hands XYO, dude, if you're watching this, I would love to have you on the show. Yeah. So if you're watching this, hit me up on Twitter or DM me or something, or let me know in the comments if you're here, because I would really like to have you on the show to talk about XYO. You claim to be an XYO millionaire, and I would really like to talk to an XYO millionaire and find out how I can become an XYO millionaire, which I'm going to become an ICP millionaire, but I might want to become an XYO millionaire too. All right. Yeah, we're kind of at bedrock with Rally. So let's go to XYO though, because wow. We're talking about only 2 cents. It didn't go down too far. That's a good thing. I was thinking we were going to look at this and be like a cent. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad, actually. Compared to what was happening, it didn't drop as much as I thought it was going to. Okay, it did go to a cent. Okay, that's what I was worried about. But yeah, we're at bedrock though. Guys, these are all bedrock prices. Well, not all. Remember, let's go through. Hold on real quick. Let's go through and show you which ones are at bedrock. Okay, this definitely isn't at bedrock, Alchemy Pay, but it is at a nice support line right here. So I wouldn't say bedrock for that. So no for Alchemy Pay. Internet Computer. That is definitely bedrock. Definitely 100% bedrock. I mean, oh yeah, that's bedrock for sure. Okay. Now, Ankr, nope, not bedrock. Remember? Rally, bedrock, but risky. Remember? Really risky, because this thing could be gone tomorrow and they wouldn't even say buy. They would just say, your coins are worth $0 now. Have a nice day. So, and then XYO, bedrock prices. Cool. So out of all of them, okay, Algorand, I know we didn't look at this one yet. We're still going to get to Algorand too. But just for the sake of this argument, we got to look where you are too, buddy. Oh yeah, bedrock. For sure, bedrock. So yeah, about half of them are bedrock, half of them aren't. But I want to look a little bit closer at XYO before we go and look at Algorand. I want to get some 4-hour charting going and then get some indicators out here as well. Because we need a little more to go off of, because this little, just looking at the chart isn't helping. We need absolute technical analysis help. Okay. So if you look, we have our 9-day moving average at 2103 and we're at 2095. So we're basically right there. We are right on resistance with the EMA 9 right now. So we could possibly break above that, but if not, we are going to go back down again. So that's definitely something I would be watching for. We're actually on a downward slope on the 4-hour. So it looks like bedrock on the 4-hour too, because down there, yeah, we're basically at bedrock right here. And it kind of looks like we have this weird shaped W, but I don't know if it's going to play out to the upside, especially with all of the crazy stuff that's been happening today. We got above these things, and then as you see at the second part of the day, broke back below. So let's look at the 1-hour. Yikesers. Look at that, guys. Not good. Not good at all. Whoa, we just went under 2 cents right now. Like something just happened that dumped the price. You see that, guys? That's a trip to me. The price just dumped. So this is bedrock. Guys, buy the dump. Oh my God, it's already going back up. See, we started, it was 20.95. Now it's whoa, yeah. So that would have been a good time to buy the dip right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy into XYO, guys. It's at a really low point right now. So definitely good purchase. All right, now Algorand, last one of the evening. Then we're going to get into some Q&A. Or actually, before we do the Q&A, I'm going to give you price targets on each one of these. I'm going to do price predictions. I didn't just say that for clickbait. I'm really going to give you some honest price predictions. And yeah, Algorand, as you see, broke out of that downward trending resistance line. And now is testing it as resistance is the same as Alchemy Pay. See that? And is the same as Internet Computer. They all broke out. They're all testing, so crypto is basically all in sync right now with, it doesn't know what it wants to do. Normally they'd be in sync, like, yeah, let's go up or down. And instead they're like, well, how about we go to a symmetrical triangle and like squeeze a little squirt to the upside there, huh? God, that seems like that's what they're all doing. Like, well, okay, this one's a falling wedge. But I mean, look at this one. Same thing. Just like a squeeze of toothpaste and then bloop, a little toothpaste comes out. I don't know. It's weird to me. But yeah, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff tonight. So looking forward to buying at 50 cents. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You keep dreaming, buddy. God. Ooh. Ooh, guys, we just dropped more. Is that what just happened now in the last? Let's go to the hour. I think it did. I think we just had a major dump. Because that's what just happened with Alchemy Pay. Or, wait, Algorand? Wait. Was it XYO? Oh, it was XYO. Okay. My bad. Dang, we've been doing nothing but dropping on here. Yeah, the last hour. So we must have just came out of this hour. Opened at 35,852. What? I have no clue what's going on here. This, yeah, 38, 946, 37, 36, 36, 36, 37, 36, 36, and then 35 right there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's beating us up, guys. I want a recovery, but this is not looking good. We're just going to hold through. Who cares? It's long term. If we don't get it in 2022, we'll get it in 2024. So either way, I don't care. Bitcoin, do whatever you want to do. I'm in for the long haul. Now, if internet computer goes to 50 cents, I will delete my channel. I promise you that. I'll give each one of you $50 and delete my channel. That's how sure I am that it will not go to 50 cents. I mean, I'll give everybody on YouTube $50. No, I mean, that's how sure it's not going to that price, guys. So get the questions ready. Mean Gene. I've been watching wrestling way too much lately. Algo's Mistress. Oh, where is everybody? All in ACH and XYO. Okay, there's not a lot of comments tonight, guys. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right, let's pull the comments up right here. Yeah, none of the actual team is here except Tim's. I don't see Weepin' One or Charles or Vanish or anyone else. Oh, ICP shot here. Good. Which way market going, do I think? I think we're going to recover. Does that mean we won't retrace a little bit first? That's a possibility. I really think that, no matter if we do retrace to only 35 compared to going all the way back down to 31, it's a big difference. Because if we do go down to 31, we're going to see crypto like Algorand break back down from these levels. We're going to see Alchemy Pay break back under this level and go back down to the bottom here. And then we're going to have a big retracement again, and I don't think there's much room left for retracement. So these are absolute bedrock prices. I'm bullish. I'm really bullish right now because we're at such low levels that there's not a whole lot of room to go down anymore. There's just I'm looking. I know that you guys didn't see, but I was looking through each one of these that I was looking at, and I just see a consistent thing that everything looks like it's bottoming out. Everything is oversold, which means or undersold, right? Undersold? Yes, undersold, which means they need to sell. They're not selling enough, which they should. It means the market is calling to buy. And that's what you do at these levels if you want to make money. Now, people wait till I've never understood why you would wait for Bitcoin to go to 50,000 before you start buying it, when you're at 35,000 right now and you can make money off of Bitcoin. Look where Elon Musk bought Bitcoin, and is he worrying? He bought it 33,500. So worst case scenario, who do you want to be like? Okay, I'll buy at 33,500 all day. The only problem with that is I need to figure out to sell my Bitcoin before Elon Musk does. At that point, you'd have to watch him like a hawk, but yeah. So I think we're bullish, man. On this ICP moonshot, I think we're going to be bullish. Miguel talking about mana. That's another good one. I want to play these video games though, and I want to do it for a cheaper price. And I know you can't get into some of these games for less than $10,000. And for someone like me, I've done that before, but that was a game I loved and I had played for a long time before I put money into it. So having to put money into a game before you ever play it, that's some risky business. Whoa, it's foggy out, guys. Like I was looking, I normally can see all of my downtown Seattle, like all the buildings and everything. I look out there, it's completely pitch black. All the lights from the city are gone. I was like looking closer, like I think it's fog. Wow, it looks kind of creepy though. I'm looking out there like, oh, it's the black abyss. Anyway, we're gonna have a lot of fun on the channel, guys. I want your opinion on how you think we can spice up the channel. Would you like to see trivia? Would you like to see more giveaways? And if so, if we do giveaways, how? What kind of fun ways can we give away ICP or crypto? I think a big storm is coming, but I know nothing. Well, trust yourself, brother. That's all I got to say. Trust yourself. You think a big storm's coming, that has to come from somewhere. You don't just make those things up normally. You know, it comes from somewhere, you know, even your subconscious might catch something that you don't. That's why I think I'm so good at reading crypto and charts most of the time. Of course, I'm going to get it wrong. Sometimes I'm human. But for the most part, I'm really good at reading charts. And I think it's something maybe on the subconscious level as well. You know, I'm good at reading consciously, but I think there's also a subconscious level in the charts because sometimes I get these feelings and they work out. Like almost every time I get that feeling, it worked out. So from Wales. Okay, what are you talking about, ICP or crypto in general? Because if it's just ICP, then it's easier to deal with. But if it's crypto in general, it's harder. It's harder to deal with crypto in general. So that's why if you have more than 20 crypto, you have too much. I would say the correct number of crypto to have, there isn't really a set number, but I would say 10 cryptos. Narrow it down to your favorite 10, and then maybe 1 or 2 NFTs, and then maybe 1 metaverse coin, 1 DeFi coin. You know, just kind of split them up like that. You know, in those 10, I'm not saying get 10 crypto and metaverse. I'm saying in that 10, get your metaverse coins, your layer 1s, your layer 2s, your Ethereums, your Bitcoins, you know, your Cardanos, your internet computer prices, your, you know, what other crypto you like, maybe some garbage coin that might do good, and then just have 10 of them, and that's it. And maybe you can have an 11th one, but don't get like 95 of them. You know what I mean? You can get a 10, 11, 12, 13. That's okay. But don't have like 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 cryptos. Like you're not going to make money having $3 in every crypto there is. You're going to lose money that way probably. And so the more money you have in a crypto, the more money you can make. So, but the more money you can lose too. So, oh, only 2 cryptos. Okay, that's good, but I think it's a little closed off. Only having 2, you're limiting yourself to only making profit in 2 cryptos. That's why I say have about 10 or so. You can have 8, you can have 12, you could have 6. You know, just closer to the 10 though. Or if 10's too many, maybe closer to 5. Just narrow it down to your absolute favorite. But 2, now I don't recommend only 2. Even for a beginner, I would say 3 minimum. 3 cryptos that you like, just to try out first. Because if you just do one, you might get wrecked or something because it's only one. So even the most experienced trader can lose. So if you only give yourself one opportunity to win and you give yourself a bunch of opportunities to lose, then you're probably going to lose. So the more opportunities you give yourself to win, the more you're going to win. And that's what I noticed. I got lucky that I bought in at Bitcoin at 10,000. Other than that, if I would have started in a market like this, it probably would have been a lot harder for me. I'm not going to lie. I probably wouldn't have been the same gung-ho person I am, because I did get in at those cheap prices when Cardano was 18 cents, when Bitcoin was $9,000, and so now going from there and going from here, it gives me a lot of knowledge and a lot of perspective and experience. You cannot discount experience in crypto. Like I was always like, why does it matter if you have experience or not? Like, that doesn't matter. If you're smart, you're good, you got it. But it does, because once you've been there and you see what it's like and you feel the emotion and you live in that moment, then you can get a more vivid perspective on how to deal with everything. Because in your mind, you're only dealing with crypto. You don't know you're dealing with the emotion. You're dealing with you're not wanting to lose money. You're dealing with whatever else is going on in your life at the time. All these outside things that they don't prepare you for when you're just buying a crypto. You don't buy Bitcoin and then think, okay, when I sell this, I'm going to have 10 kids screaming in my ear. I'm going to have a fight with my wife. My boss is going to be on my nerves. All these things are happening and you didn't, so that's why I'm saying, you just got to kind of find perspective and give crypto a shot. Because there's just outside things in life, and if you don't succeed the first time, I'm not saying go put like $10 million, and if you lose, go get another $10 million to put in. Start small, and if you want to start big, go to eToro and get a big virtual portfolio, a fake one that doesn't really cost you any money. Then you can move. I think they give you $100,000 to play with. I turned mine into $596,000. It gave me the confidence to trade real money. So if you absolutely have to trade big amounts, do fake money first on eToro. For real. Don't lose $500,000 the first time you do crypto. That would suck. You'd probably never do it again. Okay, I've been dollar cost on over 2 cryptos. That's why. Okay, I mean, if that works for you, but maybe in the future, try to expand yourself a little more. I don't blame you for only wanting to do 2, but yeah, I think you're closing yourself off to some things that might be good for you. That's all I'm saying. Give it a shot, and if it's not for you, then go back to 2. But you can always try things, and then if it doesn't work, or if you've already tried it, then it is what it is, dude. We know what works best for us. All I can do is give advice on what I would do, or not even advice, but just experience on what I would do, or perspective, and then you turn that and mold it and you use how it works for you. So you might find 3 works better for you, or you might find, hey, it is 2. It's only 2. I tried 10, I tried 8, I tried 6, I tried 3, and 2 was my number. So that's all I'm saying. Just don't close yourself off, guys. That's what I almost did with meme coins. And I made a nice profit off of Shiba and Dogecoin, all because I didn't like them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't really not like them, but I understood the fundamentals weren't really there. But I never like to make fun of people that like it, because if you like something, you like it, dude. Whatever. But I didn't think there was money there till there was, and I saw it, and I was like, yeah, there's money there, so I'm gonna buy it, even though like I'm not invested, like my heart isn't in it like some people is, but there's money there. So that's why I didn't close myself off, and I made thousands of dollars off of Doge. I didn't make millions, because I actually only got in at the, from 5 cents to like 20 cents instead of the 0.3 all the way up to 74. So, but yeah, just be open, be honest with yourself, and you'll succeed, guys. All right. That being said, you know what time it is? Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!